It has rained for days and days and days. I have the afternoon off, but all the rivers are unfishably high. So today, I'm gonna go photograph a waterfall with my pinhole camera, just like old times. Here before, this particular waterfall is one of the first one. Actually, I think it might be the first waterfall that I attempted to photograph back when I first got my camera last year. And you know, I took some okay photos of it, but I know a lot more about how this whole process works now. So we're gonna go back and reshoot. And this, what are you doing? What people can't drive? Good Lord. And this is a waterfall that particularly benefits from high water. What is the problem? Why are you stopped in the middle of the road? Anyway, this is a waterfall that benefits from high flows, and I think we'll definitely see those today. So here we go. And we're off the paved road. Just looking for fishable water down there. So, if I remember correctly, we are on this Forest Service road for 9 miles, which is quite a ways up into the woods on a gravel road. Wish me luck. Passed through a gate, it was open. Let's hope they don't close it after. I mean, I don't know why they would, but that happened to me once. And now I carry bolt cutters in the back of my car. I'm way out here, there's no cell service. And if I were hiking, that'd be okay, because I would be pretty confident in my ability to get myself back out. But I'm driving, so I'm putting a lot of faith in my vehicle and in the road being open and all that, and not washed out. I mean, we've gotten so much rain that I don't know if I can even get where I'm going. But that's why they call it adventure instead of vacation. By the way, have I mentioned that there's a fucking armed and dangerous fugitive hiding out in the mountains somewhere? This guy killed someone in Greenville and fled up here to the North Carolina mountains. They think, they're not really sure, but they think there might be an armed and dangerous fugitive who happens to be he's like a former Israeli military officer or something, who's born in Israel, served in the Israeli military, and he's, to quote the article, extremely intelligent, and he's on the run, and he's armed, and he's out here somewhere. So that's cool. Last time there was a fugitive on the loose in the mountains around here, he ended up kidnapping someone and murdering them. I should really probably start carrying on my little adventures, but then that's one more thing to keep track of. It's a really important thing. It's heavy, but there's a fugitive, but I'm lazy. All right, I'm headed to the parking area, and of course there's 2 other cars here with out-of-state plates. So here's a little wilderness hero pro tip for you. Often, it's colder at higher elevations. I neglected to prepare for that. Fortunately, I have my waders in the car. All my waderly glory here. Don't I look, well, like about 60 pounds heavier than I actually am? I should pay for fish, even though I don't really think I'll be fishing here. But I will be standing in the water, and I can at least have the forethought not to get soaking wet, I guess. I hope I don't slip and fall in. Anyway, I haven't told you much about my waders. My wife got them for me for my birthday, because this has been an incredibly wet and dreary spring. I asked for them. As you know, I've held out for 4 years now on getting waders because, number one, people of my body type don't look great in waders, and number two, I just don't I don't want to be like, it's a uniform, you know, it's like the fly fishing uniform, and I've already noticed just on the few trips that I've been wearing them that other fly fishermen look at me differently, like with more respect, and they're more likely to talk to me than they were when I was wet wading with, you know, bright red fishing shorts and stuff. It's just human cliquish behavior, and I, for a long time just didn't want to be a part of that. But I also like not freezing to death or getting my legs sawed off by briars, so I caved in. I know y'all can't hear it yet, but there's nothing quite like approaching a waterfall in the woods. And everything's super quiet, but you can just sort of hear this dull roar. It's pretty cool. Well, okay. Guess we'll find a detour. You guys see this rock right there? It's all covered in moss. Looks really soft, doesn't it? It's not. Again? All right, we're almost there. Pretty good. It's worth it. Okay, well, last time I was here I was really rushed. This time I have a good 3 hours of daylight left, which will probably stay pretty much consistent, so I don't have to be running around chasing the light. And given the situation out here, I'm gonna just gonna chill for a minute. I'm just gonna take things in. That's a lot of water coming off there compared to what normally is, and I know that debris falling from the top can be a problem sometimes, so we're just gonna sit and consider how to do this safely. I've got the whole place to myself actually, which is really cool. So I'll bring it back. Okay, so I'm set up. I got my shutter open for the first exposure, and I think we're gonna be dealing with 4-minute exposures out here today. There's the camera, there's the waterfall, so I got a little bit of time to kill. Let's look for fish. Bet there's a trout right under there. Whether or not I can cast to it is an entirely different question. That's really scary actually. What do you think the odds are there's like another waterfall right there? Damn, well, I don't know, but I can't really find the creek again, so I guess it flows under those rocks. Comes up somewhere else. Yeah, maybe we'll just stay on task with the photography. Well, I won't say disaster has struck because I don't think it is a disaster, but I dropped the back plate to my camera into the creek. Wonderful. And it's raining. Hey buddy, how's it going? Leave it to me not to bring a jacket. So I'm standing there right in the waterfall taking pictures, and I turn around and there's this guy behind me, and he said he was from Saudi Arabia. He was a real friendly guy. Probably too friendly given the pandemic. Said he was from Saudi Arabia, and he's like, "What do you call your scarf?" And I was like, "Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit!" Like, I think I am like the least in danger of culturally appropriating someone. Like, I am such a bland person in all my styling, except for my shemagh scarf, and I didn't know. I was like, all of a sudden, I was like, "How do I pronounce it? I don't know how to pronounce shemagh." So I was just like, I call it a scarf. I thought that would be better than like mispronouncing the real name of it or whatever. Anyway, he said he called it a shemagh, and he said that they wear them in Saudi Arabia as a formal thing, as like a traditional dress, which I did not know. And oh, time to close the shutter here. I didn't know that was the case. I thought it was just a utility thing, but in any event, he was like, he saw how wet I was, and he was like, "Have you been in the water?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, but he meant like, have I been in the water? I was like, yeah, it's not that bad. And so he went in the water. He didn't make it very long. I hope he's not in that dark hole down there. To be honest, kind of glad that's over. But it was fun. So on the way back, I actually noticed a sign. And apparently you can go farther up the mountain than that. I don't think I will, but the other thing the sign taught me was that apparently the falls are only half a mile from the parking area instead of the mile plus that I thought it was. I swear it's longer than half a mile. But anyway, that's good, right? Like, nobody ever got murdered by a fugitive on a half-mile hike. I just heard a noise that I've never heard in the woods before. It sounded like a cow. What the hell could that be? That's really weird. I mean, it was like a totally different noise from anything I've ever heard in the woods. I guess deer could probably make a noise like that, right? Are there deer this high up? I mean, I guess that, I hope it's not like someone hurt and moaning under a rock or something like that. But I only heard him moan once, so probably too late anyway. Now I kind of wish I hadn't made that joke about the guy falling in the hole. Okay, well, a short while later, I detected a strong odor of marijuana, and I assume that would be a couple of folks that I saw at the falls earlier that sort of fit the type, and I think that the simplest explanation for that is that the noise that I heard was a noise of sexual congress. So, you know, on one hand, I'm glad that I didn't have like a close encounter with a cow raping fugitive or something, but on the other hand, that makes my life seem really boring. Dude, what are you doing? All right, well, that was a good day. Now I gotta go home and develop this film. I'm a little worried that it might have taken on some moisture from the rain and the water and all that, and develop that as soon as possible before it has a chance to like stick to itself inside the roll, you know. So I hope to be able to populate this video with some good photos. Thanks for coming along. Keep the ends out for the ties that bind.